Thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona, and hopefully today with our picks and your picks, it's going to be another profitable day for you. College football week 13 does start Tuesday night, the 21st. There's 2 games tonight, there's none Wednesday, and then we get into the Thursday matchups as well as NFL. What we're going to do is just give you Tuesday night, which is tonight. We'll give you those that we like, and then I'll give you a little bit of taste for Thursday as well and what we got so far and a little bit in the NFL as well. So we'll get right into the slate, get this thing moving for football. Bowling Green, more MAC action, Western Michigan. Looks like Western Michigan, 2.5-point home dog, 51.5 total. This line's moved a little bit. Let's just say Bowling Green is definitely, I think, the better team here. I don't think there's much question about that. They can stop the run, which Western Michigan loves to run the ball. Bowling Green just a little bit better, and they've been on a cover tear over the last, let's say, 5-6 weeks. And definitely have some momentum. So we did get Bowling Green at +2 in this particular matchup. So 1.5. This line has moved since yesterday from 1.5 to 2.5. So we actually have Bowling Green -1.5 first quarter because it had bigger plus money, -1.5 first half, which was plus money, and then -1.5 for the game. I still like Bowling Green at 2.5. I think they can win this game by a touchdown, so I think you're no problem putting the 2.5 down. But we did do Bowling Green -1.5 first quarter, -1.5 first half, and -1.5 for the game. Next game up tonight, Eastern Michigan at Buffalo. The lines came down, actually. I think Buffalo was like a 6.5-point favorite yesterday, down to 5 in some spots, 36.5 total. I'll just tell you this on this particular game. If you like betting unders, this is probably where you live. In matchups like this, neither team is very good offensively, but this game can go over with a bunch of turnovers because these teams are prone to it. So we're going to stay away from this matchup. It's not that we don't like unders, we do. It's just that there's a big threat in this game of somebody not being able to hold on to the ball. And next thing you know, we're sitting at 44 points at freaking halftime because it's fumble-rooski or it's nothing but interceptions and stuff like that. So we will stick away from that game. So basically tonight, college football, we got that Bowling Green game that we like more than quite a bit. But then we'll get into Thursday. There is Ole Miss and Mississippi State playing as well. We'll just give you a heads up in this particular matchup. We do like the over in this particular matchup. So the lines moved a little bit. Ole Miss was 10.5, now down to 10, 55.5 point total. Both teams can score. And both teams don't play tremendous defense, right? So I think, when you get into these battle games, especially in a lot of rivalry games this last week of the season, so we'd like Ole Miss, the total in this particular matchup. We're not sure if they're going to be able to cover the 10. They are a much better team, but we like over 12.5 total first quarter, over 27.5 total first half, and then over 55.5 total for the game. And then we'll get into the NFL slate. Just to give you a little bit of preview, we'll also go through this again once we finish up with the bets for the third for Thanksgiving. But basically, Packers at the Lions. Lions right 7.5-point favorite, 47.5 total. I don't know how you don't like the Lions here. We like the Lions. We like the over. So we have Lions -2.5 first quarter, -4.5 first half, -7.5 for the game. Lions over 13.5 team total first half, over 27.5 team total for the game. We also like the over because it's a Ford Field. So we like over 7.5 total first quarter, over 22.5 total first half, and over 46.5 total for the game. And the Packers give up run yards like mad crazy. So we think David Montgomery's going to get a chance inside the goal line, or right around the goal line, and get an anytime touchdown as well in that game. Next game up, Cowboys and the Commanders. It was a bad week last week for the Commanders, but the Cowboys do one thing extremely well, and that's beat up on bad football teams. And I don't know if the Commanders are a horrible football team, but they get sacked there's way too many negative plays, including turnovers, and they obviously lead the league at giving up sacks. So we took the Cowboys -2.5 first quarter, -6.5 first half, and -10.5 for the game. We also like the over because we think the Cowboys can run this thing like mad crazy. Cowboys over 9.5 total first quarter, over 23.5 total first half, and over 48.5 total for the game. We also like the Commanders over the team total of 18.5, and the Cowboys over a team total of 29.5. I will tell you this. If you do like the Commanders here, your best bet is probably the over 18.5 team total, because in order for the Commanders to cover, I think they're going to have to score 20 points. I don't know if many people doubt that defense of the Commanders is going to be able to hold up to the Cowboys and hold them under 30, especially at home and especially on a Thanksgiving game and short week. So, like I said, I think the safer play is, if you do like the Commanders, which some people do already, I think the safer play, instead of taking the points, is taking that over 18.5. If they lose, it's because they're going to score under 18 or 18 or under. I mean, realistically, if they don't cover, that's going to be the reason, is because they don't score enough points. So instead of putting it on, maybe the Cowboys score 40 and now all of a sudden they have to score 29 to push. Now you're still only asking them to score over 18.5 points. So in that Cowboys game, one more time, Cowboys minus 2.5 first quarter, 6.5 first half, 10.5 for the game. We also like the over 9.5 first quarter, over 23.5 total first half, over 48.5 total for the game. And Commanders over 18.5 team total, and the Cowboys over 29.5 team total. I thought 34-20 was kind of what, somewhere right around there, was going to be right around the game on that one. So I could see the Cowboys putting up as much as 40. A lot of times when they get that thing rolling and all of a sudden the defense knows it's a pass play every down, they can turn that into quite a bit of stuff there. Last game up of the night is going to be, the night game is the 49ers and the Seahawks. This line actually came down on DraftKings. It was 7 basically everywhere. Now 49ers favored by 6.5. I'll be really honest with you. I don't care if Geno Smith plays or doesn't play. The 49ers should wax this team all over the place. Much better offensively, much better defensively. I think if Kenneth Walker's hurt, that does hurt them a little bit. Charbonnet's a pretty damn good back, but he's not is he the token back? Kind of like Walker could handle the tote 20 times a game. I don't know if Charbonnet can. So we love the 49ers here. And, a little scary that we're taking all the favorites on Thanksgiving Day, but I kind of got this feeling that these matchups just kind of favor this way. So what we took was 49ers minus 1.5 first quarter, 3.5 first half, and minus 7 for the game. We also like the 49ers over 12.5 team total first half and 24.5 team total for the game. Now, I will tell you, we're going to have a lot more bets on these three particular matchups, as props just came out today, and we made these bets on the NFL game yesterday. I thought the 49ers line was going to move the opposite direction, go to 7.5, so we wanted to make sure we grabbed that. And we saw the Cowboys line teeter in 10.5, 11, so we went ahead, as soon as we saw a 10.5 we could take, we took it. And the Lions, I think that line's going to be pretty steady at 7.5. They're better than a touchdown, better than that. I mean, last week they would have blown out, I think, the Bears if it wasn't for the 3 turnovers. But it is Ford Field, so we like the over. Every time they seem to play at home, it goes over. When the Cowboys play at home, the games go over. Seahawks and 49ers game is a little bit different story, but I think that the 49ers can put up 26, 27 points almost on anybody. It doesn't really matter who the defense is. I mean, the Bucs defense is still pretty good, and they put up 27 last week very efficiently. If they play efficiently like that in Seattle, that's probably going to be a pretty easy win for them. Going up to Seattle for a NFC West road matchup to be not too stressful. I think that's a really good situation there for the 49ers. So do make sure you take it at the end of this episode. Do make sure you take a look at the comment section. You will see a link to the Google Sheets. This will have all of our bets, how much what juice we got those at, how many units are on there, and then also what book we placed that at, and then of course the result. Once we're all finished with that. So make sure you do check those out when you get some time. Well worth your time. There are going to be 4 sheets when you get in there. Football from 22 is in there. Baseball of 23 that finished up earlier in the month. The whole season of that's there. Football 23, 24, and then basketball 23, 24 as well. So a lot of stuff to check out there. So make sure you do. So there's a lot of, like I said, a lot of good information there to kind of see how we've done so far. We've had a good run, no question about it. This is a long-term play for us. This is kind of like playing our stock market, except we get to do it with a little bit more fun and watching sports that we absolutely love. So make sure you check that out when you get some time. And as always, if you can subscribe and get notifications to the YouTube channel, so when we drop our bets, you get those first. Makes life very easy when you're doing so. So especially when you got notifications turned on, all of a sudden now they just ding your phone or your device, let you know Sports Bets for Free has dropped those bets. and give you plenty of time to check those out before the matchups come up. We try to get these things out early to give you plenty of time to match them up with your bets and give you that ton of confidence you need heading to the betting app or betting window to make some money. We do appreciate everybody's support as always and look forward to seeing you on the next episode.